Hey, in this video, I will quickly show you how our language selector works. So yes, Twain now by default supports multiple languages and makes it easy for you to set up the correct language for each campaign. You'll find it here at the top, and you see here that English US is my default. I can not only change the language, I can also change the default, which means that every new campaign will be generated in this language. For now, I'll stick to English US, and I want to show you something important and like what this looks like in different languages, and when using custom frameworks, what you have to consider to make sure it all works well in the desired language. Now, you see here I have the exact same campaign, the exact same framework actually that I'm using, but I've set British English, and then you see here personalize is now written with an S. Now, that's just like a small thing, but you see the differences that are important based on if you're using US English or UK English. Now, when we switch to a language like German or any kind of languages that have different salutation, and please keep in mind, I'm still using the exact same framework. That's very important to understand. Still the same framework. And then for the other language, you also might want to use the same framework. Now, in German, when it's like more informal and casual, you can say, hey, Patrick, but generally we have different salutations in German. Now, how do I achieve that? Because you can see here it is set in German, but why is Twain still using hey? And the reason why Twain is still using hey, and that's like very important, is that you can see here, it's my custom framework where I instructed Twain to use the word hey. So for the language German, I would change the framework. I would rename it and say, this is the intro, but in German, and I would make some smaller tweaks. For example, I would, of course, change this to desired. It could be a more formal way. I could keep it to hey, and so on. I could write something like dear, but the German version, of course. Then I also see that, for example, the first sentence it doesn't sound as good in German as it sounds in English. So it also changed in my custom framework, the first sentence. So these are a few smaller tweaks, but it's very important that when you use custom frameworks, that you consider when you switch the language to make sure that your custom framework is not conflicting with language instructions in the desired language. So that is just very important. Everything else, like your persona or your campaign idea, that's totally fine to keep that in English. It's actually helpful, but your framework will definitely work better when you, for example, then have a German framework, a Dutch framework, French or Spanish. That will definitely help with the generation because it doesn't conflict with the structure. All right, so enjoy using this feature. We are very excited to hear from you. We already have customers using Twain in multiple languages and being very successful with it. Thank you.